My Life in France. Julia Child, Alex Prud'homme. When Julia Child arrived in France in 1948, she was a tall, curious American with a love of adventure, but no real idea of what awaited her. The moment she tasted her first French meal, sole meunière, perfectly browned and bathed in butter, her world changed forever. France awakened her senses. The air smelled of fresh bread and roasting meat, and every bite revealed a new depth of pleasure and craft. She was captivated not only by the food, but by the people who treated cooking as an art form, a language of life itself. Living in post-war Paris with her husband Paul, Julia found joy in simple things. Wandering open-air markets, exploring bistros, and learning the rhythm of French life. Yet her curiosity soon grew into ambition. She enrolled in Le Cordon Bleu, the famous culinary school, where she was often the only woman in the class. The lessons were grueling. Hours of chopping onions, whisking sauces, and mastering the mysteries of French cuisine. But Julia embraced every challenge with humor and determination. Slowly, she transformed from an eager amateur into a disciplined cook. Her kitchen became her laboratory, filled with notes, sketches, and endless experimentation. Together with two French colleagues, Simone Beck and Louisette Bertholle, she began writing what would become Mastering the Art of French Cooking. The process was long and arduous, filled with endless revisions, rejections, and testing recipes until they worked flawlessly in American kitchens. But Julia believed that good food was a birthright, not a luxury, and she wanted to teach Americans that they too could cook like the French. Through the years, Julia and Paul's marriage remained her anchor. He photographed her dishes, tasted her experiments, and celebrated each small victory. Their shared love of art, food, and curiosity made their partnership a masterpiece of its own. Even when they returned to the United States, France never left her heart. The country had given her not just a passion, but a purpose. My Life in France is more than a memoir of food. It is a love story. A love of discovery, of persistence, of life itself, seasoned with butter, laughter, and warmth. Julia Child reminds us that it is never